Hey everybody, how are you? Welcome back to the fantastic Tommy Williams Show. We're here for another episode. It's episode number 15.
Hey, Danny.
Hey, Tommy, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good too, bro. Actually, I'm working on this new house song, and it needs some motivation. Would you like to add anything to this new house song?
Sure, I got a little something to add for you.
Okay. Everybody, here's Tommy Williams.
Let Tommy Strangers be all you can be. Bring with Tommy. Bring with Tommy. Bring with Tommy. Do better using what we have. Use your gifts to move forward and achieve all that is possible. You can do it. Nobody can tell you no. You are your own boss. People could say negative things, but they cannot control your desire or persistence in reaching your goals. I'm here to let you know that you can be the best. Nobody can stop you. You have the opportunity each time you wake up. You have to want and do it. Nobody can stop you. Nobody can tell you no. Do it. Do it. Nobody do it. Do it. Nobody. Nobody. Y'all are nobody. Y'all are do it. Do it. Like it's your last. 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 Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. When you're gone, you will never come back and not get a chance for a retake. Live every day like it's your last and take advantage of the precious life on earth you're given. Don't be afraid to make mistakes along the way. In fact, make lots of them. That's why they make erasers and delete buttons. You will learn from each mistake and get better. Treat your neighbors with respect, and it will come back to you. Treat your parents and siblings with kindness and respect. Come back to you, and you will live a long life.
big shout out to Lux Media for giving me this opportunity. And other than that, I just want to welcome you all again to the show. Tonight we have two guests. Actually, a third one being my business partner as well. Danny. Danny's helping a great deal. You know, he first came on. He's a good friend of mine. Knew Danny for 30 plus years, probably like 35 years. And so Danny's been great. He also plays the sax. He was percussion sax. And so he's going to be kind of ushering in Steve a little bit later. Ushering in Nick a little later on in the show. My first guest is actually Stephen Egan. I'm sorry. I'm frothing. I'm so excited about this show. Episode 15. We're going deep, y'all. So I have Stephen Egan. Stephen Egan actually is a kitchen. He does overall kitchens. So he does kitchens. He remodels. He builds kitchens. He does everything with kitchens. He's big on that, and he's going to tell you more about it because certainly I'm not handy with my hands. I can make a hamburger. That's about it. But you know what? Without further ado, I'm going to get this show started. We have Stephen Egan joining us right now, ladies and gentlemen. Stephen Egan, episode 15.
Right.
Thank you.
How you doing? Thanks for having me. How you doing?
Great to have you, Steve. Stephen. So first of all, it's good to meet you. You know, you went to school with my wife there, and that's nice. It's nice to have connections also. You know, especially during this pandemic, it's all about connections, Stephen. And also, you're a Jerseyan. And I'm a fellow Jerseyan as well, and it's nice to have you. You're down my neck of the woods, and I had moved up your way when I met Bernita. I'm actually from the Jersey Shore down Monmouth County, and from what I understand,
that's where I live. I actually live in Point Pleasant.
In Point Pleasant, fantastic. Yeah, I used to lifeguard at Belmar Beach and do a lot of stuff down there. So good. Great to have you on the show. To have part of the Jersey Shore. I heard you're making your big impact going on down there. You're helping reshape the Jersey Shore and probably beyond. Because we probably come to Florida, help us out a little later on in doing some remodeling and things in our kitchen. But for now, Stephen, so what is it that you do exactly, and how has the pandemic affected you?
Well, I own and operate Design Line Kitchens. We're in Seagirt, New Jersey. We've been here since my father started the company in 1978. I've been here since, through the same door, the same location out there for 34 years. And for about 3 months, we were sucking wind here. I mean, there's development of business, but, you know, we kind of follow the stock market. Stock drop. Like it was down. I remember one day I was sitting in the office here with my father when my father was still in business. It was like January of 2009, and I actually picked up my cell phone and called the business phone just to make sure the phone was working because I weren't getting any phone calls.
Wow.
But that was probably one of the best things, maybe the worst at the time. The worst things, but probably one of the best things that ever happened to me because it you know, all my life, whenever I needed money, whatever I wanted, all I had to do was come in and work. As long as I was willing to work for it, all the money I wanted was here, you know? And that was a big wake-up call because when there was no work, there was no money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but then, you know, things came around very quickly after the election was settled and everything. I don't know what brought on that crash, but it's been, if you look at the stock market chart, from, you know, let's say March of 2009 to today, it's just been this constant stream. And the little dip that we had just about a year ago, and that hurt us. I mean, it was very quiet, but things have come, it's been like a backdraft to a fire, basically, is the analogy I use. Things kind of pulled back end of March, April, May, June and July, it was like, boom. Basically, everybody's sitting home. Nobody's spending, money on vacations and, you know, going out doing crazy things. They're not even buying clothes because there's nowhere to go and use, look good in the nice new clothes you're buying, you know. So people are home and are renovating. So things have gotten completely nuts here for us. I mean, I've never seen the amount of work come through the door that's here right now. My biggest problem is we can't get them done. I don't have the people to get them done, which is another thing about skilled labor, and we could talk for an hour about that.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I was going to mention, and I see that it's probably going to warrant a lot more time, but with employees and things, do you find that a lot more people, or how do you go sifting for help and things? I mean, you have them
Well,
tested.
I used to use the vocational school program out of Monmouth County, Ocean County, wood shop programs.
Yeah.
And I got a number of guys there over the years. Like I said, I've been working full time doing this now since high school, 34 years. This summer will be 35 years. 35 years since we graduated high school. But I used to get I got probably 40% of the guys that I have with me now came from the Monmouth or Ocean County wood shop program. Recently, in the last couple of years, the directors that I've talked to in those programs have told me that they would be embarrassed to send me any of the kids that they have in those programs, because the school systems have used those apprentice programs as avenues to take academically challenged kids or troubled kids, and they put them in this program to kind of push them out of the system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure, I get you.
Because they're not going to graduate any other way, and that gets them out of the system.
Yeah, so it's
not really a shame
they're
what's happened to that program.
They're not going in there as a passion. They're kind of going in there as an escape.
They're getting let in there just to be an avenue to get them out of the system. Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. So with regard to COVID, so it's good. Congratulations that business is booming. It's a rarity that you find that you have to turn away work because you have an abundance. But
we're trying not to do that. We're trying not to do that.
Sure. But 35 years is not a minute in business. You've been in business for quite some time, so I'm sure you'll fare very, very well, and all the best with that. How about close to home? Has COVID, and now we're talking COVID. Has it hit your household? Has it hit your neighbors? Has it hit your community? How has it reshaped things in your community?
I personally only know a handful of people that have gotten sick, and they haven't been any more sick than what the average flu would have brought on from, I remember having the flu when I was younger and being deathly sick. The people that I know, it wasn't that kind of sick. Although I didn't, there's one guy that I heard of that my wife, where she plays tennis, one of the tennis instructors said he was deathly sick. Like he was really, really sick. So it's just weird how it hits different people in different ways. You know what I mean? It's mind-boggling to me.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of a little backdrop. That's how I got involved with this, because I caught COVID back around October, and I stay, swimming and tennis and all the outdoor stuff and cycling and jogging, but and I know pre-existing conditions, and bam, it floored me. And I had severe symptoms of coughing and coughing and headaches and loss of smell, and never had that temperature. So I was one of those asymptomatics, and the asymptomatics, in which everybody would usher me in, and I would, especially early on, I would just have a mild cough, and so when it happened, I could have been a super spreader, but I went and got tested, and then I quarantined shortly thereafter that, and I decided to go ahead and try to learn more about it. So we've had everybody on, from long haulers to to super spreaders to people who've had mild symptoms, to people who've been on ventilators. It seems as though we're in the right direction now, though. We're on our way with the vaccination and things. What's your take on that? Are you interested in doing it, or what do you think?
I mean, from what I understand, I'm not right now. I'm not interested in waiting on the big lines or trying to go. I got enough things that are consuming my time right now. So as far as I heard, I wouldn't even qualify anyway. So I'm not. I'm going to leave it until somebody says, "Hey, you want it? I have it right here," and then I'm going to take it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, you said your circle is very, very. It's not really been affected and stuff like that. So you said. And the communities down there seem like it's relatively low in numbers, I guess. So, maybe you could hold off for a little bit. They do have, from what I understand, there may be a card that might come out where it allows people to enter different locations and things, and it might be a requirement down the line. But we haven't gotten there yet. We're just scratching the surface.
I think that I think they're going to have some problems with. You don't hear these anti-vaxxers protesting now, do you?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
You don't hear them. You don't hear them protesting. Yeah.
Well, there's pockets. There's pockets of little rumbles. But I think that as we get closer to certain mandations, that we're going to start hearing more of a voice from the people. After all, this is a democracy, and people, have their rights and their liberties. But as we when you deal with health and the possibility of inflicting somebody else, then you're definitely. I mean, I can see where certain things may become mandated, because we might not be able to be capable of forcing what scientists can. So
there's also the different variants of this virus too. Now they're saying they don't even know, like so the COVID-19 vaccination that they have. So you have the UK variant. I hear there's some sort of variant from South America.
Yeah.
So it's blooming out in all different directions. Where the COVID-19 vaccination. So now you're going to need other vaccinations. How many vaccinations do you really want to get?
Right, and nothing's proven. We don't have enough time, to really gauge it.
The COVID-19 vaccine was rushed through. It's really not clinically proven. It's I don't know. I'm not lining up to get it right now. You know what I mean? Not me personally.
Now on any given day, do you what kind of CDC guidelines, or do you follow any protocol? Masks or things like that?
Yeah, we wear masks in the showroom here, and I'm in my office right now. I'm not going to sit in my office and wear a mask when I'm in here by myself. You know what I mean? I can't do it. It's just not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We were recently this world last fall, and you had to wear a mask no matter where you went. And I just thought that was a little over the top, especially outside walking through the park. I could see when you go inside to a closed quarters, but I think some of it's a little over the top. I remember being in Hong Kong back in 2008, and I remember walking down the street in Hong Kong in the business district, real high-end area. I remember seeing people walking around with masks on. I remember laughing at them, like, look at these people. What's that? Oh my God, crazy with their masks on. Here we are.
Here we are.
We're living in here in America now,
Absolutely.
It's been a normal life for them now over there for many, many years.
Yeah. I had it. There was a guest of mine who used to be he used to do the action films with Jackie Chan and stuff, and he was in Hong Kong, and he actually fled and came to America and trying to get away from the vaccine, and here he is. And then he was in New York. And now he's in South Florida, and everything. So it seems like the numbers are just chasing him all around the place, So there's no escape. But hopefully we'll see some reprieve in sight. That's interesting about the tests, which you say about the vaccination. I find a lot of people that I speak with are saying the same. There's just not enough research, but it is nice to have that option. Yeah. So in terms of the local government, is everything opened up, or are the school systems closed in your area, Stephen?
My kid's school, I think, is just working on getting back right now. We've had them on remote learning now. We never, they did 3 half days, then there was 5 half days, but then the school had 2 or 3 closings because of COVID. We elected to just keep them home and do all remote learning because we wanted consistency.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
We wanted consistency. This thing of in and out and no school because the school shut down. It was throwing kids around too much. We wanted consistency for them. I have a 2nd grader, a 5th grader, and a 6th grader right now. Going into they're in the Point Pleasant school system, which I have no problem with their school system. I think they've done a good job. I think it's time now to open it all back up, but things are starting to open up all around us, and I've heard of more people that I've come across now in the last, let's say, 3 weeks. I've come across more people that have told me that either they've gotten sick or they know somebody that's gotten sick or some of their household has gotten sick, has acquired COVID. Nobody's dying, but I've heard more people in the last 3 weeks that have been tested positive, sick or very little symptoms, slightly sick, not unreasonably deathly sick. But I've heard more people in the last 3 weeks than I've had in the last year that I personally have come across paths with. So I think the infection rate is getting higher. I think that herd immunity is kind of kicking in a little bit, which I think is part of natural selection. You know, the herd immunity kicks in and, you know, some people get immune. The virus runs its course, takes out who it's going to take out and blows through like a storm, you know?
Absolutely.
So I don't think that they didn't kind of let that happen too. You know, they didn't want to let it happen, but it's just unfortunate what's going on in this world we're in today, you know?
Sure. So so with summertime coming and things, hopefully things free up. I know you're a boater on a lighter note. And so, you know, hopefully you get out there and do some boating at, you know, there's some beautiful fishing and things there at the Jersey Shore. So I'm hoping to really take turn. I know, like you said, you know, over time, especially over the past year, the population has become more densely affected naturally because, you know, over time, more people have been infected. And again, you know, you'll hold yourself kind of immune for maybe 3-4 months, but then, you know, you're susceptible again. So it's a wave. And like you said, I believe the same, natural selection. Unfortunately, you know, those people who have pre-existing conditions are a lot more susceptible.
Of course.
You know, we hope we have brighter days ahead. I think we're going in the right direction. And I know, just like myself, you know, you're ready for the salt life. And hopefully they'll have a great summer. I do appreciate you taking time out to speak with us and share what's going on in the Jersey Shore and also share what kind of business you're into. It sounds like you're going to be flourishing. I wish you all the best, Stephen. And it's a great pleasure to have you on my show.
Thank you, Tommy.
You take care and God bless.
Thank you very much.
Stay safe,
Nice
Stephen.
talking with you.
Okay. Nice
Thank
talking
you
to
very
you as well.
much. Take care now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. All right, so thank you very much, folks. So in the first part of our segment, we had Stephen Egan. Stephen was a fantastic guest. He came in from the Jersey Shore, and he actually shared with us his thoughts on COVID and the pandemic. It's a good story, I think. Stephen Egan, it's a good ending to this fairy tale for him thus far, in that his business of 35 years, he actually took over the business from his dad, and it's flourishing. You know, with folks being at home, that's one thing. You know, your home is your castle. You want to try to beautify it. You want to try to make it the best you can because you spend most of your time there nowadays. So business for him, he was saying, is actually booming. He actually is trying to figure out how he can get all that work done. That's a good thing in this economy and with this pandemic. He also gave us some takeaways that I pulled from it. And I think that he's just taking it one day at a time. He's not racing to get the shot because the numbers right around his way aren't extreme. So he's exercising his right. And you want to be comfortable. You don't want to be, you know, uncomfortable in this situation. It's bad enough we're taken out of our zone. We're taken out of our regular to-do list of the days. You know, we can't do much. There's not much we can do. Traveling, vacationing, has 3 kids. So, I mean, there's responsibility goes on. So he'll figure it out as he goes forward. And he's a sailor. He's actually a boater like myself. So he'll navigate his way through for his family, and I wish him all the best. I also have another guest coming on by the name of Nick Clemons. His dad was a famous jazz saxophonist. Nick goes by the name of Clarence Clemons. And Nick is coming with us this evening to do music on this portion of our set of the show. He's going to be playing, I believe, the guitar. And without further ado, we have Nick joining us now. Nick, welcome to the show.
Hi, Tommy. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you very much, man.
And,
So Nick, you're in Jersey as well, aren't you?
Yes, I am. As you know, we have a lot of good family heritage, and again, I'm a big fan of yours and your family. And my father's been playing with Bruce for about 30 years. He passed away in 2011. But, we had a big presence in the music scene as far as what he left, his legacy he left. Not just jazz, but rock and roll. He was an innovator in the music industry as far as segregating the business. In Jersey back in '66, in the '50s actually, there was a chicken shack circuit. That's where my father refined his skills playing with rock legends like Sam Cooke and B.B. King, all these great legends. And, it was a matter, they all had pickup bands and they used a lot of the local bands around the area. My father made sure that he was available. My mother and father was jumping the car back in '66 and they were going to college then. They were very, one of the few blacks in '66 were able to have the advantage to have families that sent them to college. My grandfather was a very smart man and did a lot of good business. And my father, when he took his saxophone, he played football and was able to make a name for himself, not just playing sax, but playing football. And he was a role model. He had a lot of pressure. He was being groomed to be the first black state trooper in the state of Maryland. And he was proud to be a #1 draft pick with the Dallas Cowboys. But, his music got him. Yeah, he was.
He lived, man.
Then, yeah, the draft was regional back then. And he was, they got in a car accident the night before the draft, actually, and got a plate in his head. And then music and taking care of his family was a major focus of it, life for him. And he traveled around, and he even risked his life to play with New Jersey Generals, the first semi-pro football league back in '72. And he was a risk taker. He traveled, he did boat. He loved fishing. I understand you're a boater. He loved to fish, and he did everything. He loved to golf. He loved to, he was he loved to cook. He was very into, health, conscious, diets, and also peace of mind. He was a follower of Siri Chimnoy at one point, and but he didn't let that consume him. Some people, they follow cults, but he was always a leader. He was always a person that dwelled in things, but he would never let it consume him. And I think that's what he taught me. It's just you have to be, the Renaissance man is something we take for granted. You have to be able to branch out and touch everything, because you never know what might affect some you might not know about. So I always try to support people and try to make sure that the advances I've been given the last couple of years that I'm able to give back to my community, and that's what we're trying to do with the business that we're doing now. We have a business that we actually we celebrate my father's legacy by keeping his image alive, and we put businesses together that uses branding. We have a thing called Big Man's Brew, which is a beer that's out now, and since all local Jersey, we're going national with it.
Okay, Big Man's Brew.
Yep.
All right.
They hear our website, www.bigmansbrew.com, and it's a family business. But we also have a management company, Big Man's Management. We have an edibles company that we're developing, and we have a charity that we're doing called the Big Man's Fund that we're going to be developing. And
you say you have edibles as well.
Edibles is called Blaze. Bigmansblaze.com is our website. We have investment opportunity for people for all our platforms, but we're really just trying to focus on people not. We don't just look for big times. I'm not looking to take half my shares that I would do in any kind of business. I'm looking to branch out and give common folk a piece of the pie.
Very nice.
They support the project. Just can't go off and run with it. That's just not what we're doing. We're trying to make sure we have a community-based project that we help our community. We're looking to put about 1,000 jobs in Asbury in the next 10 years. We're looking to reopen Big Man's West in Asbury. And my father had a club in Red Bank years ago, and we have aspirations to do a lot of things that help Black people, help brown people, help white people. The key is to make sure that we're part of the community and make sure that you can't just run to a gated community and hide. When you have means, you make sure that you have to spread it out, and that's what we're trying to do.
Now, did you all grow up in the Jersey Shore, Nick?
I did. My family did. My brother and I did. My little brother now is playing now. Jared's playing around the Jersey Shore now, and Jared Clemons and the Late Nights. You catch his band; they're everywhere now. And my band's playing out, so we try to keep our keep our feet grounded and make sure we keep part of our community. And you know, it's a rock and roll history that we're honored to be part of. And
Very nice.
it's something we want to make sure we support and
Sounds
try
like
to keep
you're
it going.
sounds like you're real rooted into you know your culture, our culture. You're also rooted into the musical culture and giving back as well. I think that's great. I think you're constantly getting your blessings by providing people with an outlet and the means to be involved. I think that's fantastic. I also think you carry yourself very well, man. It seems like you have that pose on the guitar down pat. You know, that's like an album cover, man. You know, just on it, rest on it. But I noticed that now. That's not just a piece of furniture. That's an instrument right there, man. Are you gonna play a little something for us this evening?
Sure, I got a song that we have a lot of songs, and we get a lot of songs out on SoundCloud. They can hit us on SoundCloud, and we're on Facebook. We have our websites up now, but we have so many businesses up right now. We try to make sure that if you want to contact me, they can hit me on Facebook. We're very real. On Twitter, Nick Clemons, and Nick Clemons Band. They can look us up on YouTube, Spotify, and he'll hear a lot of our music. And we're looking to put our start on label, Big Man's Mansion, as a media group that's going to be pushing a lot of our music, podcasts. We're writing scripts, movie scripts. But people can hit me up and see what kind of, what they want to get into, what we might have available. We're doing a lot of good things, and we're even doing an apparel company. We're selling golf wear and camping wear and stuff like that. So it's a matter of just keeping his name alive, make sure we keep good products by it, and serve our community,
Very nice. Well, I got to say, speaking of apparel, I do have a piece of my apparel on. This is actually positive vibes. I think that, the world needs positive vibes and as much positive energy as possible. So these shirts are, they're out, and, we actually have, I'd love for you to traipse through my,
I hope I get
my channel, man. Yeah, super, super soft, all different colors. I'm actually a member of the Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. So,
I went to UMES.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and that's my father, my parents. Both my parents went there, and we were very good friends with the Heights, and we very support all the Black youth colleges that out there. We support them very greatly, and
that's super,
all
my
kids are going there.
Super. So now listen. With regard to pandemic, have you had COVID? Have you?
No, I haven't had COVID, but we're looking to get my girl now right now. We're thinking about getting our shots now, and
okay.
I do have some allergies I was worried about, but again, I don't want to spread any rumors or anything that I don't know about.
Yeah.
Not doctors, but I would just want to try and get the best.
Yeah. So how about the what are you doing for taking care of yourself on a daily basis? Any CDC guidelines? You mask up and stay.
We mask up.
Stay vigilant.
We don't play around. We mask up. We wash our hands. We make sure that we try to, we social distance. We make sure we haven't had any. Our first show is April 1st in Jersey City. We're going to be playing in the 902 Brewery. It's in Hoboken. I know it's Jersey City. But it's a great venue. 7 o'clock we go on, and this is our first show, so we're going to see how it goes. We're going to see.
Fantastic.
We're going to hand out masks. We're going to temperature check people, but we're not going to. It holds like 500, but we're trying to keep it down to 250, and see if we can make sure we have a good evening for everybody and provide a safe night for everyone.
Absolutely. I think it's very stand-up-ish of you to get out there and do that for the people. Right now a lot of people are just being so conservative. For you to just keep on, first of all, keeping on with your passion, staying sharp with your skill, and then providing this outlet for people to come on out there and enjoy it and try to do some normal stuff. I think that's fabulous, man. So all the best with that upcoming show. How about with the local government? Pretty much these schools and
there's a lot of divisions as far as I guess. Here against the provisions the government set, but again, we just got to protect people. I'm a Murphy fan. A lot of my friends and family are Trumpers. A lot of people I know are Trumpers, believe it or not. But it's not the fact. It's not the whole state. It's just really a lot of counties that I live in. A lot of tax-fearing people that I live in, but they're not racist, but they're just confused. I try to give truth about what's going on, about and there's a lot of social media distortion that goes out there, a lot of Republican right-wing distortion that goes out there. But hey, I don't, I hate any, one of my good friends might have opposing political views, but I don't hold it against anyone. The key is now is just we move on, and I hope everyone else does the same thing. And I applaud the president getting this $1,400 stimulus check going out, and I applaud the people that have worked hard to pull us through this crisis. And I just hope we remember where we are right now, and when things are a little sluggish a year from now, we remember where we were.
Yes, that's the key. Absolutely. And I think unity is the key right now as well. And it's nice to see that everybody is trying to be on guard, and there's no escape, regardless as to what you believe in and what party you are. We're all looking out for our best interest, which is humanity to continue on. So certainly. So let me ask you this: any songs that for the moment, like the moment that we're in, any do you have anything like kind of what you got?
I wrote a song that I was thinking about playing tonight. It's a song about waiting for people to change, waiting for people to come back to reality. Because sometimes people get lost, and whether they break a home that breaks your heart, or a son that disappoints you, or a door doesn't do the right thing. Eventually you gotta bring them back, and you gotta hold that faith. And that's what I tell a lot of people. I've been in social work my whole life. Besides doing business and playing music, I ran group homes. I worked with chemically addicted my clients. My mother was in the social work field. My father was a corrections officer. So it's about people have to have a chance to come back. And that's the one thing about this country and what loving families have. I always tell people there's no such thing as tough love. That's just being a coward. And that's one thing I do live by. I'm friends with everybody. I don't turn my back on anybody, or even to a detriment. You know what I mean? But the key is I try to be everyone's person. I try to make sure I'm not living in no gated community. I'm not turning my back on the community. I can't. It's just you can't ride so high when you can't touch the ground. And that's what my father said. Kind of live by that.
Yes. All right.
And for that.
We're ready for a number, man.
All right, this song's called All Night. Again, I hope Dan comes out April 1st. You guys come on out and hit our websites, our pages. And again, we have a lot of merchandise coming out. And Big Man's Brew, Blaze, Big Man's West, our club's coming back. And again, we thank everybody for listening. And thank you, Tom. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, buddy.
All right, here we go. You see me all right? And I won't be afraid. You say you got the answers, but you're still dancing. I'm trying to set you free, but the sky keeps so long on what you believe. And I won't set you free. As you say again, you could be guilty, but I won't. I'll wait for you all. 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 I'll wait for you all now. And I go late at night. It hits you once again, and you knocked out all your lights. You was wrong. Now it's gone. But I'm sick of all your lies and your misery. But to know that I'll wait for you home. 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 I'll wait for you home now. I'll wait for you home now. I'll wait for you home now. I'll wait for you home now.
Nice.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Let's do it
Beautiful.
again if I could.
Killing it.
But yeah, you know, we got a great band coming out. People can hear songs.
Going berserk, man. How long have you been playing?
I've been playing for about 20 years.
Jeez.
And you know, but it's you know, I write for I did the whole deal with the tours and stuff, and a lot of my stuff hit. One of my records was released during 9/11, the towers fell. So I've had some ups and downs. I've had some in the music business, but it's not about for me, I've already been very fortunate, so it's like there's not much I can do unless I got sick of playing these clubs. I was playing them for a while, and this real rich guy came up to me and goes, I don't ever be like, you don't want to be one of these music guys like this guy. They're not playing here, and he's got nothing. You know what I mean? Like I always look at myself like, this guy doesn't know how what I do and what I know. And I said, let me put a step back and try to figure out how I can do a lot of things at the same time. And I think I've done it with what we got going on right now, with the branding things we've done and the music opportunities we're doing and our community outreach that we're doing, from our apparel company to our edibles company, our dispensary that we're growing. We're doing a lot of things, and it's not just Black owned, but it's family owned. We're not just trying to be to solve any one person's misery, but this kids, we're trying to, make sure we put a stake in the ground and make sure that we're not going to take any more, bull from nobody. I want everybody to be happy,
Yes.
I want to be able to say, hey, I got an engine that we make and build for people to be successful, and they just need a chance. People just need a chance to do that, and I think that's what my father would have wanted, and that's what we're trying to do.
That's fantastic, man. It's all about that legacy right there, man. Your father, I mean, especially coming through the civil rights times and all those things that he battled, man. You want to give his imprint the glory, and that's what it's all about. I know my mom. I lost my mom during this whole pandemic, and that's what I'm doing with this show and just trying to inspire people and get out here and the positive vibes and everything else. I'm just trying to deliver the message and just stay right on target, man. It's what it's all
I think
about.
we can talk after this.
Oh, we definitely will, man. We definitely will, buddy. Appreciate that. Hey, listen, thanks a bunch for coming on. Appreciate you. You're giving your time and everything, and you're quite talented, and we look forward to talking to you real soon, there.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you very much. Proud of you. Thank you very much, and good luck to you and your family. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a great night.
Take care, Nick.
Bye-bye, Dan.
It was great. Bye-bye now.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Great guy. So, Dan, this has been a fantastic show, I think, tonight. Thank you so much for introducing me to Nick, and I think he's a fantastic person. We got to collaborate on something, man, between you, Nick, and my voice. I think but listen, man, it's been great, man. So this is a super show. I just want to say this is Danny, everybody. I don't know if you got a chance to meet him last time. I got Danny right here. He's been my point person now for music and for entertainment. Great guy. We grew up together, actually. And big shout out to the Jersey Shore. I
want to say something, Tommy. Tommy,
yes,
lucky me, because I get to perform with our last guest. I get to perform with Nick. We're going to be performing in Jersey City, April 1st.
There it
is.
Can't
wait. It's going to be a great experience.
Well, you have somebody video it, man, and we'll upload it and bring it into our show and let people know how you are rocking out there, D-Rock.
We'll get my wifey to take some video clips and we'll send it to the show.
So positive vibes, rock. We have all this apparel. We have, I'm using the word apparel now. Nick got me on it. But we have, we have masks. We have these hoodies. They're great, fantastic. very soft, supple. We have the all different colors. Actually, on the back it says, well, let me stand up and show you, everybody. You know, I have my my YouTube thing going, and down with the Tommy Cat is what it says on the back. And we actually have masks, we have hoodies, t-shirts, and anything else I'm leaving out? And mugs. Morning time mugs, everybody. Morning time. Morning time. That's my catchphrase right there. So, Danny, I'm not going to hold you. It's been a fabulous show. Everybody, thanks again for watching episode number 15. We're going to be coming at you again next week with episode 16. And you all stay tuned for us. And thank you very much for the support, everybody. God bless. Take care of yourself. Stay masked up.
Now, glutathione is a big word, but it's the body's own master antioxidant. So it's a scavenger for free radicals, for bacteria, and what's relevant now, viruses. This is new to the marketplace. There's no other product on the market that has the ingredient NACET.
And basically NACET increases the production of that glutathione that is in our body already to strengthen and enhance our immune system and keep it strong. Elevated sense of well-being. Supports muscle strength and endurance, cognitive function, powerful liver support, energy, helps blood sugar regulation, superior bioavailability of key ingredients.
One of your best defenses against COVID is a strong immune system. Taking GSH Plus as a daily supplement does all that. And now we have the product out on the market.